Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Cowboys star expected a better performance for himself this season. Although the Dallas Cowboys have one of the best offenses in the NFL and enter the weekend with a chance to win the NFC East, one of their best players expected more from himself this season. Running back Tony Pollard suggested Thursday that he hasn't met his personal expectations for this season and that he will always be his own biggest critic. "I thought I would probably have a better year than I am now. Where we are in terms of playoffs and standings, I couldn't complain with everything we have ahead of us," Pollard said via the Cowboys' official website. Just trying to get more hits on base. Get more reps for the O-line and get a feel for how the defense is playing things and getting into a rhythm. Early in Week 18, Pollard rushed for 935 yards on 235 carries, 4.0 yards per carry, with 5 touchdowns. He also caught 53 passes for 295 yards. Pollard posted a breakthrough season in 2022 that resulted in him not only receiving the franchise tag as a free agent, but also making veteran Cowboy Ezekiel Elliott expendable during the offseason. In 2022, Pollard rushed for 1,007 yards on just 193 carries, despite starting just 4 games and sharing the running back role with Elliott. He suffered an injury in the playoffs during the Cowboys' divisional round loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Before this season, Pollard had averaged at least 5 yards per carry in 3 of his first 4 years in the NFL. His yards per carry average this season is the lowest of his career. Despite Pollard taking a small step back, the Cowboys' offense has still been excellent, especially at home. Dallas averaged 29.4 points per game, third best in the NFL, this season. If they simply defeat the Washington Commanders on Sunday, the Cowboys will win the NFC East and have a home playoff game. They have won 16 consecutive home games, including all 8 this season, since the 2022 campaign. Cowboys cut WR after signing La'el Collins. The Dallas Cowboys are looking to make some changes as they get set for the playoffs. Normally, the practice squad is full of players who will not contribute this season. But the Cowboys are opening up a few of their practice squad spots to some players who could contribute in the postseason. According to Ari Merev, the Cowboys are releasing wide receiver Martavis Bryant from the practice squad. They did that to open a spot for offensive lineman La'el Collins. Bryant was signed by the Cowboys earlier in the season after not playing in the NFL for years. His talent was undeniable, but he had some off-field concerns that came with him. With Dallas stacked at wide receiver, Bryant was never able to find himself elevated to the active roster. The Cowboys have plenty of issues on their line, so adding one of their former players is a nice depth move. Right tackle is one of the biggest weaknesses for Dallas. Collins played 6 years for the Cowboys and spent the majority of his time at right tackle. For the time being, this looks like more of a depth signing than Collins competing for a starting spot. Dallas has a great opportunity ahead of them this weekend. They will be crowned NFC East champion with a win over the Washington Commanders and would also clinch the 2nd seed in the playoffs. 49ers Sam Darnold sends stark message on free agent decision. There was little doubt as to why San Francisco 49ers quarterback Sam Darnold signed with the 49ers in the offseason. His career had hit a rut from which he could not seem to escape, and the 49ers were the perfect opportunity. The team has a dynamic offense and the league's most creative offensive coach, Kyle Shanahan. Besides, starter Brock Purdy had suffered a devastating elbow injury in the NFC Championship game and it was uncertain whether he would be ready for the start of the season. Indeed, it was uncertain whether he would be ready for the big stage at all. Purdy had been a lightning-in-a-bottle quarterback last season, a third-string rookie who took over only after injuries to Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo. It was easy to imagine Purdy, the last player selected in the 2022 NFL Draft, crashing back to earth in 2023. When Sam Darnold signed a 1-year, $4.5 million contract with the 49ers to start free agency last March, he had good reason to think he'd get some playing time with the 49ers this year. He even passed up more money elsewhere for the chance. But in the end, Purdy doubled down on his strong run last year and became an MVP candidate this year. And Darnold did not start a game. He was asked on Thursday if he maybe should have rethought that free agent decision. His answer was brisk, no. Zero regrets. Darnold will get a Week 18 opportunity to show what he can do against the Rams, as he will play the entire game with Purdy resting for the playoffs. It is unlikely he will be back with the 49ers next season, not with Purdy so well established as the starter. Darnold wants to be a starter again. Much of the rest of the 49ers offense will be on the field, and Darnold will look at it as a way to audition for other teams in 2024 free agency. If he can move the ball against a good Rams defense, working with the quality weapons the 49ers have, he could earn himself a chance at a starting job next season. He said he will take all he has learned in San Francisco this year into the rest of his career. I just think with experience, you continue to grow as a quarterback and as a person, Darnold said. But yeah, I mean with these coaches, with these players, I felt like I've grown a lot this year and then just going to continue to take it one day at a time and one game at a time. Certainly, Sam Darnold has been around the block in his NFL career. He was the number 3 overall pick of the Jets in 2018 and languished there for 3 seasons, before spending another 2+ years in Carolina. He posted a record as a starting quarterback of 21-34 for teams that have been shown to be bad since his departure. Darnold has a career quarterback rating of 78.2. He has thrown 61 touchdowns and 55 interceptions in the NFL. Last month, on the eve of the opening of the season, CBS Sports rated the top backup quarterbacks in the league, and Darnold was number 3. Though he did not play much for the 49ers this year, he has rehabbed his reputation by being around Shanahan and boosting Purdy. Where most associated Sam Darnold with draft bust, he now has the 49ers connection and is considered more a wise veteran type. Purdy sang his praises this week. Obviously, he has been a guy who has been here in this league for, I think it's his 6th year now, Purdy said. Just the process, the routine, how to study, what he's seeing with concepts, and how he's ran things before. He's been able to pour into me and help me out with that. In meetings, sort of just remind me of little things within plays. He just does a great job with just the little things within the plays of, hey, reminder on this play, this is where we're going with this or that. He brings up these little things that are huge for me as a quarterback. If he become a free agent, the Dallas Cowboys are interested in his hiring. And you fan, what do you think of the Sam Darnold situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.